Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to our fourth podcast. Happy holidays and all of that. And Paul, did you have a nice break?
And Rog, it was a nice break, thanks very much. Would you like to know what I did?
Yeah, please.
I went up to Northumberland, saw the parents, I spent Christmas there for a few days.
Nice.
It was a terrible drive up there, a long drive, but it was really good, and I managed not to cut the end of my finger off. Lee, what are you going to do? Yeah.
I spent Christmas mainly keeping out of the way, a lot of dog walking, things like that. Cooked a lot of roast meat. Though while I was preparing this, managing not to cut the end of my finger off.
Good, yeah.
Which was nice. What about you?
Similar kind of thing to Paul, you know, with us being brothers and having the same home and that.
Revelation.
We went home, Northumberland, bad drive, terrible drive back. Took us 4 hours to get home, 8 hours to get back. We had to wee into bottles, which was absolutely disgusting. But the only kind of silver lining is I didn't manage to cut the end of my finger off.
Rog, what did you do over the Christmas period?
A lot of family time. It was very pleasant, actually. I didn't cut the end of my finger off,
yeah,
which is which is always good for Christmas and New Year. Stuart. We did both hands. Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, so I watched the podcast from last week, and I was thinking it's just not very exciting. It's not very interesting to watch. We need something a bit more visual. So what I was thinking is, how about if like while we're playing the song, the whole floor could be kind of rotating a certain direction, so we're all dancing around, moving forward, could change direction as we go, but all the furniture stays and the walls exactly as they are.
Right,
You know, what do you think?
I think it's all right. The only problem is that money's tight, as I'm sure you're aware, and that'll involve a massive studio, some kind of moving stage. So it's a great idea, but I've got a slightly better idea, which is slightly lower budget.
Oh, okay.
Time machine.
Terrible.
Oh, terrible.
Hey Steve, do you remember the time when...
No.
Oh, you weren't there.
Neither were you.
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Hi. Hey.
Hi.
Hi. We're 3/5 of the Suns. The best 3.
Yeah.
Fifths. And we're doing a thing
Fattest
for the Reeperbahn blog, festival blog, aren't we?
Blog,
Apparently
blog
so.
festival, blog.
Blog festival, blog festival, blog.
I did that.
That was your part.
It was a while ago now, and I thought, wow, music would be good, and I thought I'd like to make it, and I tried, and it was brilliant. So I did that.
But what made you want to do it?
Huh? Oh, what made me want to do it? It was when we went to the zoo when we were kids, and there was otters in the cages, and they were singing to each other. I thought, that's mint.
Arr, 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 arr.
I always wanted to be like Clyde out of the anthill mob. Well, this is it, you know. I thought you've got to reach for what you could achieve. And I thought leader of a gang of little people is the most I can hope for.
Reach for the
I
knees.
haven't really managed it, so I'm still working on it. I'd say that's probably Misplaced Childhood by Marillion, which I don't know. As a child, it seemed to mean something. And it's meant less and less every time I've played it since. But it has to stay in my collection because every year I have to play it once to remind myself that, oh yeah, that's right, it is terrible. But I refuse to get rid of it. So that's probably mine.
I've got the second To Pow album.
They did too.
How come you get to
They did
answer as well?
loads. Don't know.
I've got the Michael Bolton album, first Michael Bolton album. I still think it's wicked, to be honest. How am I supposed to live without you? That's a tune.
It is a tune.
It is a tune. Just about.
I went to the Reading Festival in 1991. That wasn't the worst musical choice, but Nirvana played just before Nevermind came out. And me and my friends were there, and we saw the first song, and we thought, well, we don't know who these guys are, so we went back to the tent to have a fire, and then came back later on to watch Carter USM.
So you missed Nirvana, basically?
Yeah.
To watch Carter.
To watch Carter.
You've been here before, have you?
Yes,
have you had a good experience?
yes. I played the for
Beatles.
one
The
night.
Beatles?
Yeah. Just for one night, was it?
Alexander.
Yeah, one
And I
night.
only played there for one night, so in many, many ways,
You are the Beatles.
I'm better than the Beatles.
There's a single coming out at
Single
the end
called
of the
Worry,
year.
but don't you hurry to buy it from the shops, make you do your little plops. You try it better.
No, that's
well, I'm
fine.
not Eminem.
No,
am I?
that's totally acceptable. I
Certainly
think that's perfectly
Yeah.
fine. It's perfectly
And our album Visiting Hours is also out in the shops and on the line.
on the web.
Because
isn't it?
you're mine, it's on the line.
What do you think of if we get each individual frame of us playing, yeah, and then we get somebody to do a pencil drawing of each frame, yeah, and instead of the actual video playing, what you've got is a really nice pencil drawing and create a lovely effect, look really, really natural.
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it. Problem is that's going to be massively time consuming, and we don't have a lot of time, unfortunately.
Right. Have you got anything else that you maybe want to do instead of that?
Well, what I'd like to try.
Why did you do it? Okay, Open To Persuasion. So I guess we're all going to talk a little bit about the writing process and the recording process. It was probably the first ballad that I've written on piano. I've only had the piano for a couple of years, so I think it was just based around the riff, you know, I like that. I like the way that the F was, you know, not a normal F. I don't really know what F is.
This song was one of the first where I had a proper input into the instrumentation. That is to say, once I joined the band, it was one of the first that we wrote all together in the practice room.
So yeah, when I wrote this song, I kind of meant it just to be me and the piano.
Yeah, the initial riff kind of came to me in a dream I had.
I wasn't actually there the day that Paul brought Open To Persuasion in. I wasn't at rehearsal that day.
The little lines kind of pop up. Open To Persuasion was the first few words that popped up.
Down, 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 down. Came straight away.
From there, it was a question of
Magic.
what's the song about? Why am I open to persuasion? What's that about? And it kind of really became not about much, really, but maybe like it's a bit sexy in parts of sexual and a bit dark, and that's how I like songs to be.
I don't know what it's about.
I remember Roger being impressed that I did that, what he called a flamenco guitar. It's not flamenco guitar, it's just a little widdly.
But I thought the drums need to be particularly understated, so I took the snare off.
So I first got to hear it in a recording from the rehearsal room.
It was played by me and Paul at the open mic that we run on a Tuesday night. And I remember thinking, I'm not sure what the rest of the band can add to this.
And I thought what we really need to do is just kind of focus on Paul's piano and voice.
The first time we came to, the first time Paul brought the song into practice, just sat at the piano and it was like, this is a lovely song, we shouldn't tamper with this is just something you should do on your own.
We played this song live on our last European tour before we went in and recorded it, so it was we knew it was going down quite well.
We recorded it here actually, not using these mics. These aren't as good as the studio mics, but we brought the studio mics here, brought the Pro Tools setup here, put it in the kitchen, ran the mics through.
We had this idea when we recorded it, which I think has worked absolutely brilliantly, to have the rest of the band as a kind of background ambient.
Roger's drum part and the percussion and my lap steel are just sort of echoing in the background, really.
Because we're like Brian Eno.
With the lap steel part, we put it through a Hammond organ type effect to give it a sort of swirl sound.
Soundscape.
We did a recording with electric piano and also with this piano, thinking we could mix them, or thinking that probably the electric piano would be better. But actually, what we ended up using, I believe, was just this, because it sounded better.
And just kept it repetitive all the way through it. Kind of crashing into the ride cymbal at points, which didn't really come out, so when we mixed it, we were sort of changing the volume of the cymbal swells coming in and out at certain points.
I get a royalty because I chose not to play on the track.
And it worked really well, as it was.
The one thing that we would have changed, I think, going back, is it is a bit long.
It's too long. The song is too long. Everyone knows this. Everyone who's listened to the album says it's too long, and we acknowledge that. But it's too late now.
It's nice. Probably a bit long.
You couldn't really edit it, and I can't play it on the piano.
So, I hope you liked it.
So I'd like to try getting perhaps just Paul, who's singing the song, getting his head in like a waterproof tank and slowly filling it up with water as the song goes along until he's completely submerged and holding his breath. Perhaps have some of the lyrics going up and down the front. What do you reckon to that, Steve?
Yeah, it seems like a good idea. I just don't think we've got a tank that'll fit. I've got an idea though, Paul.
Do it!
In, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Skimming across the sea to find the laws of gravity. Open to persuasion, gentle, assisted wind. Open to persuasion, dice roll, games begin. And if you find me, you may remind me that I'm open to persuasion. Another time you can't run away with your trousers down. Open to persuasion, gentle, assisted winds. Open to persuasion, dice roll, games begin. And if you find me, you may remind me that I'm open to persuasion. Just when the story seemed forgotten, I'm still moving fast, but the hours just skip away. persuasion.
What I thought was we could have us in a room with lots of people all dancing and stuff, but as we play, the room tilts round and we kind of walk from one wall to the floor to the ceiling, and because it's all spinning round like that, it looks like we're actually sort of dancing on the ceiling.
Okay, it's good. I mean, how would you do it though? Surely you'd have to get loads of. Do you have to get loads of cranes and stuff? I don't know anybody with a crane.
Oh.
Do you? There's one thing which might be possible to do.
Where's those sausages?
Brilliant. Welcome to a brand new section of the the podcast, and this is called Fan of the Week. Hey! Where we give a special mention out to one of our fans out there, one of the legion of fans, somebody that's done something extra special to help spread the word about the Suns. And the winner of this week's Fan of the Week is Martin Wall! Speech! This is for, yes, that's the Wall, and it's for his services to us. He's always doing tweets and stuff, and he's a lot of the pictures that he takes of the band go up, and we love that, and he does them really quickly too. So thanks very much, Martin, for your help. Here's his picture coming up to the right of me now. Fantastic. And
looks just like him.
It does, doesn't it? That's who he is. He'll win a t-shirt that'll be out to you very, very shortly. Thanks, Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, Zed from Police Academy.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scooby-Doo. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Carroll G's.
Of course, we the Suns have many individual talents, which, okay, we're going to display a few for you. This week, Stephen is going to do the alphabet, but pay close attention to the tip of his nose. Observe.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
What I was thinking was, it's like a live performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like we do normally.
Yeah.
But basically, so you put the guitars down, I come off stage, so the camera follows me, and I go outside, yeah, and I just kind of go down, but like, kind of mould into like a panther. So I'm down, and I'm...
No way.
Seriously, yeah, so I'm down, and I'm an actual panther, right? And then I'm walking through like the puddles and stuff, but then I go back, and I'm up to myself, and I go bang, 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 and the windows smash, yeah, and there's like lightning and stuff, right? So I've got like these powers, yeah? Like, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds good, and it would certainly be good to see, but CGI and things, it costs a lot of money, and we don't have that money really, and I'm not sure we could afford smashing windows. Well, I don't think so. What do you think, Will?